Welcome to TARTLEcast with your hosts Alexander McCaig and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path.
The show's happening in real time.
Yes, and I just got my my subscription box for Zoe and George that has cool bones in there and books and a plush doll that they can tear.
Is the dog reading?
I don't know. They should, dude. You
What?
just invented something. Books that you can read to your dog that are really short and have real basic words, and you could sit with your dog and take a selfie.
Yeah.
And read a dog book,
You open it up and you're like, sit,
and they can touch stuff with their paws on there.
bark, lay down. Oh, this is a fantastic novel.
But you have BarkBox, you have all these subscriptions.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about subscriptions, but not about those.
Not about material items.
Yes.
We're going to talk about more important things for society, data, right? How we make decisions.
Right.
So when we subscribe to things, we'll use your BarkBox and stuff or whatever it was it as an example.
Right,
First of all, I wanted to send you a meme today on George.
Yes.
There's this meme of a corgi sitting behind a dual tailpipe of like a Mercedes.
Right.
So it looks like he has these huge goggles on.
That would have been cool.
It's absolutely
You got to send
hysterical.
that to me.
But here's the cool part about the subscription box. Why do you as a consumer buy it?
I like that it comes to my door. I like that it's convenient.
Oh,
and I
okay.
like that there's a surprise every month.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. So I get convenience,
Right.
customization,
Yes.
and surprises.
yes.
Right?
Yes,
Crikey.
yes.
So what's cool about that is if we take that sort of ideology
Right.
of always that freshness,
Right.
like it always is, the brand is always building value. The box is always valuable to you, whether it's emotional or, the dog doesn't care if it's a plushy toy that's going to rip up and it's going to have that
Right.
cheap stuffing in it.
But it has themes, like they'll do like a castle theme, and then it has castle treats and a king, that he can tear apart. And
It's really not for the dog. It's for you.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
In the whole sense of it, interesting way to market, but those certain characteristics of it's always there, easy delivery, it's fresh, and it's always an up-to-date surprise. Let's look at how that transitions into something meaningful like data subscriptions.
Right.
So if you're a buyer, a company, and you want to buy data as a subscription, what is it that you actually want? In our previous episode, we talked about issues with regressive algorithms, right?
Right.
I don't even, is that the word?
So
hold on a second. What's the word?
What is it?
Regressive.
Regressive.
I can't even remember how to reactive algorithms.
Right.
Oh man.
You're regressing, bro.
Yeah, I'm regressing. I'm mentally regressing right now. No, but when we apply those characteristics and we look at data subscriptions, people don't want regressive information.
Right.
They want the surprise. They want the ease of a subscription of information coming to them and being like, oh, that was awfully simple. If you're going to be like, okay, are there different tiers for the boxes? If you pay more, you get more stuff.
Yes. There's like a 1 and a 2 tier.
You as an individual, as a purchaser of this asset, put in certain parameters.
Right.
Okay. And those parameters are going to be defined on how much you're actually going to receive. So there's this bespoke part of it.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, and then how much money do I need to pay to actually acquire these extra things within the parameters? Smaller the parameter, right? It may be worth less or more, depending on, what kind of precision you're looking for or lack of precision or, depth of information or just volume in general.
And also what's perceived by the consumer.
What's perceived by the consumer, right?
Or value.
That value. So, okay, now I have my parameters. Now I have something that has ease of delivery and it's bespoke, customized, and it's always going to surprise me because I always have data right now and I know it's going to constantly update itself. So it's always the freshest, most accurate, updated data moving into the future.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you want to purchase something like that? It's a rhetorical question. You would.
Yeah. I'm shaking my head. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you would.
No, for sure. No, I
That's
have a perfect example to explain this for TARTLE.
Yeah, thank you.
So if that's fine, there are lead sources that you can purchase data from to get leads.
Yeah.
So we'll use the car industry, for instance, the auto industry. So you can buy regressive, like you would say, of you can buy people that have purchased vehicles that are from the DMV, because the DMV has to report that and it becomes public knowledge.
Correct.
On their registration. You can buy all those people, and then later, 2 or 3 years down the road, you could market to those people, or you could try to get them into your service drive or whatever. Or you could simply, like with TARTLE, ask the question, have you purchased a vehicle yet? Yes or no.
Are you anticipating purchasing a vehicle?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See the lag and the difference?
Yeah. And so you, instead of having a 3-year lag,
Right.
it's 24 hours in the bid cycle.
Right.
So for a company to come in and say, hey, we want to subscribe to a data set of, 100,000 Americans
Right.
on what they're doing now and what they plan to do in the future, think about all the surprises you're going to receive as a company.
Right.
But in your algorithms, you're going to have very nice, effectual information, because you're going to have so many causes going into it, all this data input coming from people that is required to feed
Right.
machine learning algorithms, right? That feed the AI brain, that synthetic brain. But that's where the beauty of it comes from. So when we look at a data subscription, that's where the future is actually headed. So when we're on TARTLE and we speak about, why buyers come on, what's the value for them? Well, the value for you is you always have fresh, up-to-date surprises curated right to your doorstep,
Right.
or to your server or to your hard drive, information that you actually need to solve the things you want to get solved that will bring you happiness, or
Right.
your dog, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Or if you're a corporation, you'll be able to make effective decisions, and it will always refresh itself, and you'll always be forward looking. So those parameters that you ask for, those bespoke choices,
Right.
it's not only bespoke, but it's clean and it's accurate and it's truthful and it's directly from the source.
And
I didn't have to go to the DMV.
Yes, by having clean, accurate, direct from the source, you eliminate the biggest fear that is for every corporation that's out there, and that's risk.
And that's risk. Thank you very much for bringing
Right.
that up. And so you're going to decrease that risk
Right.
significantly, because everything's on a consentful approach. It's accurate, verified, all those other things. And then on top of that, after you've gotten the consentful approach, when you go to make a decision, you've dramatically decreased decision risk,
Yes.
because you have perfect information, or relatively absolute perfect information.
Right. Yeah, we could use the life insurance for if you're a company out there, it's a life insurance, and so there's a risk involved whenever you're offering life insurance to somebody.
What's the matrix? This guy smokes. He's got yellow nails. He's obese.
Yes, exactly.
We're going to charge him a lot. He's going to die soon.
But I mean, you can eliminate a lot of that risk. And I got an ad the other day, and I thought it was amazing. And they said, you qualify with your lifestyle, how they got this data, but with your lifestyle, you qualify for this really low rate. And the reason they could offer that low rate is because somehow they got good data from me knowing that I work out constantly and that I take care of myself.
That's because Fitbit sold it to them.
Yes, Fitbit probably sold it to them. Exactly. Yeah. You can see it right here. Yeah.
Exactly.
So they have this idea and understanding where now let's go into that. So Fitbit is selling past data to them about, my workout and all that. Why would you not be able to, like with TARTLE, yes, you could take that data, but then you could turn around and look at somebody specifically and know whether it's through GPS locations or whatever it may be, because they're very limited in the way that they can.
There's only so much they can do.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you go to some one-off inefficient car dealership, like used car dealership in the middle of the desert, selling like lemons, and he knows it, and he's been like running the ticker back on the odometer and stuff like
all
that.
Yeah.
And they're hyping the price up, and you're just buying old junk.
Right.
That's never going to give you a clear picture of the person now we're going into the future. This is what Jason was doing yesterday and the week before. Well, I don't really care about that. I want to know what he's doing right now.
What are his intentions now?
What are the intentions now? And with those intentions, how do those lead to the effects of what he's going to do in the future?
Yeah, because if you bought data from everybody from January the 1st to January the 20th, everybody with New Year's Revolution, would be, that's horrible data.
Well, it's
because everybody's going to the gym then.
It's terrible.
But literally it drops off dramatically after the 20th.
Or just be on TARTLE, get the data you want, and also ask them, is this going to be worth it for us to advertise to you? Are you really going to follow through with your resolution?
Yes. Are you a winner? Or are you a loser?
Yeah, are you a winner or a loser? And then people are like, wow, the truth is always unpopular, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, if you find somebody that's been consistently disciplined and they have a mindset that moves in that direction, then that the ROI on that advertising that you're doing, if you're specifically tracking something like that, where you're trying to offer life insurance to healthy people.
Correct.
Now price point goes down. But at the same time, you're not looking at just Fitbit data. You're looking at real-time data that's happening.
The full picture, Jason, right? Yeah. The full picture of your current customer base. Oh, and then wait a minute. What about people I want to acquire?
Yeah. What about my health records? Yeah. What am I purchasing at the supermarket? What am I buying on Amazon?
Yeah.
I mean, that creates a full picture.
You got the what, and then you got the reason, and then why are you buying it?
Yeah.
Oh, glad you bought it. Why did you buy it?
How many people that have purchased vitamin D and are taking vitamin D supplements have COVID or have had COVID? Probably very few.
Probably
very healthy people. You could take that one indicator and sit there and say.
And that's just one.
Yeah.
And now what we're saying is you can, within your parameters, curate perfect information. So we'll just transition that, we'll blend both of our topics together. It's just, that is the beauty of this data curation.
Right.
So these data subscriptions, holistic pictures, and, curating it from the source, from something that is always going to be giving you that up-to-date, full holistic profile, you couldn't ask for a better place to get that information from. That's, again, putting that risk, down to zero. Yes. Or as close as you can down to zero.
And the cleaner the data, the higher ROI you have.
Significantly higher.
So when you say eliminate risk, high ROI, I'm in.
Yeah. If that's not the most obvious thing a company could see, like that sort of, what are they, arbitrage?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that differential.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
I should do this right now, before it goes back to here.
Right.
That's the idea. The only reason that arbitrage gap will go back to, it'll normalize out is when it starts to become historical data. Okay. Then your risk is going to increase.
Yep.
TARTLE data, Fitbit data.
So last question before we go, Alex. If I'm a CEO of a company, CFO, whatever, and I'm listening to this and you've piqued my interest, I'm interested, high ROI, low risk.
Yeah.
How can I, as a company, get involved with TARTLE?
I'm glad you asked. You go to the accounting department and you ask, how much money do we have in R&D?
Right.
Because the more we put into that, okay, because this is essentially research. This isn't an advertising budget. This is a research budget. Tax deductible.
Yes.
You load that sucker up and you put it all into TARTLE and you start making some smart decisions. You start getting the absolute best data, the best curated data within your parameters, completely bespoke, and you get it now and you subscribe to it and you do it moving forward for the body of people you actually want to, talk to.
That's awesome. And you can go on the website, tartle.co.
Yeah, it's so easy. And scroll down to the buyer section. You see a big picture of a big, beautiful terminal. We've spent all this money and time to get this designed as a tool for you.
Right.
Use it.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, use it or lose it. Deuces, everybody. Mic drop on the stand. Boom. Yeah. All right, we're out of here. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to TartleCast with your hosts Alexander McCaig and Jason Rigby, where humanity steps into the future and source data defines the path. What's your data worth?